like it was necessary to make a part 2 to my why to not buy Boost Mobile phones, pre-owned phones. I mean, their normal phones probably have nothing wrong with them, but the pre-owned, I had a lot of issues with them, and, you know, this is my part 2. I get a lot of comments, well, a lot of mean comments, but one of them was actually funny, but it was like, I could see on medication in the future. I mean, probably, but, yeah, the last video, I was really unclear, and plus I was rushed, and I was upset at somebody because they weren't texting me back. So, yeah, let's start talking about it. So, whenever I first got the phone, I got it in, like, July of last year. So, I got it in 2019. I got a pre-owned, not certified refurbished, but, you know, a pre-owned one. And it came out to about, like, 100 and something. I don't remember because, like I said, it was a while ago, like 130, 150. I don't know, somewhere around that area. And, they said it was going to come in 3 days, but next time I came to my mom's house, it came. Oh, yeah, and I'm filming in a car because I was sitting outside, and I was just like, let me film a video, so, yeah. What was I doing? I sleep in a car. No, I'm kidding. No, I don't sleep in a car. I wanted to, but my mom didn't let me. So, when I opened the box, the first thing that I was presented with, the first issue that I noticed was I was trying to activate the phone, and it made it quite hard to just use it, to, like, activate it because we did not have Wi-Fi, so it was pretty hard. I mean, that's probably just an Apple issue, but the SIM card was giving me more of an issue than I did with previous phones, and, you know, so I don't know, maybe it's because I was supposed to switch it from my old phone to that, so that wasn't really their fault at all. So I switched it over. I ended up having to put my mom's SIM card in there first, and then putting that in there, and yeah, so then I got it on, it was fine, but then I looked at the body before I put the phone before I put the case on it, and I noticed there's a lot of dents in the back. I don't have the phone with me anymore. I don't use it. I haven't used it in like 9 months. I gave it to my friend, and she broke it, so, but I could get it back one day. I just haven't seen her in like a few months, so yeah. But, what was I saying? See, I have a bad memory, you see. Like, never mind, you don't need to hear this. But, so I turned it on. It seemed fine. When I first took it out of the box, there was a little bit of lag, but it was completely fine. And then I called my friend. I don't call a lot of people, but when I was trying to call, depending on where I was, I never got signal. That was kind of weird because every other phone I've had signal. Even the Android that I had with them, with Boost Mobile, with the same number, less than a week before I got this phone, it always worked there. But then it got the iPhone, and it didn't work there. And I mean, that's completely fine. That one didn't really bug me as much. I mean, like, when I was sitting there, I'm like, oh my god, I don't have phone service again, you know, something like that. But then, I tried to film a YouTube video, and at that time, I was actually filming YouTube videos a lot. And I filmed, like, a 12, 13-minute part of a video, and I realized I went to listen to it back when I was, like, going to edit it. And all I heard was beep. Yeah, I could probably find a clip of it doing that on my phone somewhere. On my phone, because I saved. So how I had to film videos was I recorded the video on Snapchat. Snapchat seemed to work fine. Not on Messenger. Like, I record a video on Messenger, all you hear is the beeping. I record a video on Snapchat. And, it worked fine sometimes, not all the time. That's why I said I probably have one saved of the sound messed up. But, yeah, so I would just hear it beeping the whole time, and you couldn't hear anything you said. Didn't matter how loud you were. But sometimes when I was recording on normal, like the normal recording app, it would work. Sometimes, but this was very rare and only for really, really short clips. Messenger, it was mainly like 70% of the time it didn't work and 30% of the time it did. And then on Snapchat, It was like 90% of the time it worked and 10% of the time it didn't. So that was probably my biggest issue with it. I mean, I did drop it. It broke fairly easily compared to the other ones, but that's probably just the 7 Plus. I had a 6S Plus right before it. Not right before. I had the 6S Plus when it first came out, but then my dad took it. Yeah, I have a whole issue with that, but we don't talk about that. That's why I kept going through phones. So now I just keep them at my mom's so they don't get taken. But, because when he takes my phone, he doesn't give it back, ever. Even if my mom, it's my mom. My mom paid for it. And if I pay for it, he don't care. If she paid for it, he don't care. If my brother paid for it, he don't care. So, what was I saying? I don't know. I really don't. Oh, the 6S Plus. I dropped it down the steps one time. Yeah, I dropped it. No, that was my ex that I dropped down the steps. There's a whole story of why I went from an iPhone X to not having a phone for a while to having an Android to having a 7 Plus to having an 11 Pro Max. It's a long story. But, well, like I said, with my dad. Which is coming on my channel. So, stay tuned. That was not a good snap. There you go. And don't look at my tooth. It's social distancing. Leave it alone. Just stop. I get that comment a lot, so now I'm using it. So, yeah, it did break fairly easily, but that's to be expected. But there was a chip on the side of the screen, and it had a few dead pixels in the middle, but it wasn't noticeable unless it was, like, on a dark screen because they were just, like, really, like, dead. What else did I notice was wrong with it? It did come with an aftermarket cord, which I thought it said it wouldn't, but it did. No power brick. The wall adapter to the USB-A, type A, I think that's what it is. It didn't have one of those. It didn't have headphones. This is just minor stuff. But the main reason is it was supposed to be fully functional as far as I knew, but the recording didn't work, so they should have checked that. And a lot of times when I was on a phone call, they didn't hear me. It would just be constantly beeping. That was my biggest problem with it, I think, by far. But there was a few problems. Other ones that I don't really remember. Really, that's probably it. But